Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Hope you're having a nice week so far. Got 12 matchups on this NBA slate. A lot of action here. Before I get started, go ahead and like and subscribe. Support the channel. If you guys love sports and you love betting, you want to be a part of the Discord server. 58 members, awesome community. You'll be subscribing to the Patreon, supporting an awesome channel, and you'll be joining an awesome community of sports bettors. Definitely want to get in on that. It's a great value, and I'd love to have you on there. And shout out to Eddie and Mark, my first two YouTube members to join the channel. Become a YouTube member today. Support the channel. Get exclusive perks. And those links are in the description. Appreciate you guys. Got 12 matchups on this NBA slate. So, a lot of action here. First matchup, the Brooklyn Nets versus the Philadelphia 76ers. Brooklyn 36-17, 25-28 against the spread. Philly 37-17, 30-21-3 against the spread. Philly opening up as 4.5 point favorites with the over-under at 232.5. Brooklyn, coming off a huge win against Minnesota earlier today, or whenever you see this. They were missing Kyrie, missing Harden, missing Aldridge, missing a lot of people here. We'll see their statuses for this game. Durant playing a back-to-back. Who knows if he's going to even play? Don't know about Aldridge, Harden, or Kyrie. A lot of question marks. Last 10 games, Brooklyn, they are 8-2 in their last 10. Philly 6-4 in their last 10 here. Brooklyn 2-7 against the spread in their last 9. Been having trouble covering the spread here. 2-8 against Philly in their last 10 meetings. Philly 15-5 in their last 20 here. 5-0 against the spread at home. At home against Brooklyn here. I just think there's a lot of question marks on this Brooklyn side. Be sure to check the injury report, but if Kyrie's out and KD are out and Harden are out, I'm taking Philly, but I still like Philly regardless. I think it's gonna be a tough matchup, and I lean Philly. And I feel like they're not gonna have their full set of guys playing for the Nets here. But that's going to be where I'm checking the injury status is up before game time. But I do lean Philly minus 4.5 here, because I just don't think everyone's going to be playing for the Nets. And we're going to go with the over 232.5. Next matchup, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Charlotte Hornets. Cleveland 19-34, 22-31 against the spread. Charlotte 27-25, 29-22-1 against the spread. Charlotte opening up as 2.5 point favorites with the over-under at 214.5. Last 10 games for Cleveland, 3-7 in their last 10. Charlotte, 7-4, 6-4 in their last 10 for Charlotte. Head to head, Cleveland has the slight advantage, winning 6 of their last 10 meetings here against the Hornets. Tuesday they did hold out. Terry Rozier was doubtful. They held out PJ Washington, so we'll see their statuses for this game. Be sure to check that. Cleveland, Larry Nance, Colin Sexton, Garland were all missed the last game. We'll see if they play, because that could determine a lot here. Not a matchup I'm excited for at all here. Cleveland's let me down a lot this season. I've tried to roll with them sometimes, and they've just disappointed me. I like Charlotte. They're above 500 team, playing pretty decent, with the roster they have. A lot of injuries, but, a good heart team, and they play hard. I'll take the 2.5 points with Charlotte here, and take the under 214.5. Next matchup, we have the Toronto Raptors versus the San Antonio Spurs. Spurs 26-26, 28-24 against the spread. The Raptors 21-33, 22-32 against the spread. Spurs opening up as 4 point favorites with the over-under at 220.5. Last 10 games for San Antonio, 4-6 in their last 10. Toronto 3-7 in their last 10. Head to head here, Spurs 7-3 in their last 10 here. Toronto, a lot of question marks. Kyle Lowry was out for Tuesday. Don't know about Fred VanVleet's status. OG Anunoby's. I mean, man, a lot of question marks here. Going to roll with the Spurs here, coming off that huge win against the Magic and against the Mavs. 2-game winning streak for the Spurs. I think it carries over against this bad Toronto Raptors team. They're just not the same Raptors we've been seeing the last few years. Going to take the 4 points with the Spurs and going to take the under 220.5. Next matchup, we have the Los Angeles Clippers versus the Detroit Pistons. Clippers 37-18, 32-23 against the spread. Detroit 16-38, 28-23-3 against the spread. Clippers opening up a 7.5 point favorites with the over-under at 222.5. Yeah, 222.5. Last 10 games for the Clippers, 8-2 in their last 10. Detroit 4-6 in their last 10. Tuesday's game, they will be playing a back-to-back here. Kawhi was out for Tuesday, looking like for rest purposes. So I would imagine Kawhi will probably play Wednesday here. We'll see if Paul George plays on back-to-back. I have no idea. Detroit kept it close in their last matchup against the Clippers. 131-124. They were winning for a lot of that game, but Clippers came back in the end. But I do believe Kawhi Leonard was out for that game, but I don't expect the same here. I like the Clippers here. Last game, Detroit kept it close, but I like Clippers to run it up on them here. I think they play better in this matchup. Going to roll with them -7.5, and we're going to take the over 222.5. Next matchup, we have the Milwaukee Bucks versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. Milwaukee 33-20, 23-30 against the spread. Timberwolves 14-40, 24-29-1 against the spread. Bucks opening up as 8.5 point favorites with the over-under at 236.5. Last 10 games for the Bucks, 4-6 in their last 10. Minnesota 4-6 in their last 10 as well. Be sure to check Giannis' status. He hasn't played in over a week or so. No idea if he's going to play, so be sure to check that status there. Karl-Anthony Towns, personal matters. We'll see if he plays. Bucks 5-0 in their last 5 meetings with Minnesota here. They are just 1-4 against the number in their last 5 games. Not playing the best basketball right now for Milwaukee. I know they haven't had Giannis for a few games. Minnesota, bad loss to Brooklyn. I mean, Minnesota's had a rough season. They've been getting numbers put on them left and right. Even if Giannis doesn't play, as long as Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday are playing, and most of their starters are going to be playing for this Bucks team, I'm going to take the Bucks -8.5 here, and I'm going to take the over 236.5 as well. Next matchup, we have the New York Knicks versus the New Orleans Pelicans. Knicks 28-27. 33-21-1 against the spread. Pelicans 25-29, 25-29 against the spread here. Pelicans opening up as 3-point favorites with the over-under at 220.5. Last 10 games for New York, 5-5 in their last 10. Pelicans 6-4 in their last 10. New York, 7-1 on the road right now, playing really good on the road. 5-0 against the spread in their last 5, so they've been covering. 6-0 against the spread in their last 6, so they've been covering the spread really good here. Pelicans, coming off a 3-game win streak right now. The one win against Philly, but then against 2 bad teams here in Cleveland and Sacramento. Kind of on a nice little streak here for Philly, or not for Philly, for the Pelicans. New York coming off a 3-game win streak as well. Both teams on nice little streaks here. Gonna take the Pelicans -3 here. I just think they've been playing well. Zion and Ingram have been playing nice. I like them to just dominate this New York team in the paint here. Lonzo Ball is doubtful Wednesday's game, but I still lean the Pelicans in this one. They've been playing really good, and we're gonna go with the over 220.5. Next matchup, we have the Orlando Magic versus the Chicago Bulls. The Magic 17-37, 27-26-1 against the spread. The Bulls 22-31, 28-24-1 against the spread. Bulls opening up as 9.5 point favorites with the over-under at 221.5. Last 10 games for the Magic, 2-8 in their last 10. Chicago 3-7 in their last 10. Orlando, on a 6-game losing streak, 2-9 on the road here. We know what this Magic team is. Chicago 3-9 in their last 12. Not playing the best here for Chicago. 9.5 points is a lot here. I get why you might want to lean with the points with Orlando, but Orlando, look at these blowouts on this losing streak. 120-97, 124-87, 111-106. That was a close one, but 131-116. 10-point loss to Denver, 137-91 against Utah. Can't trust the Magic here. Going to take Chicago minus 9.5 and going to take the under 221.5. Next matchup, we have the Golden State Warriors versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. Golden State 26-28, 25-29 against the spread. OKC 20-33, 24-28-1 against the spread. Golden State opening up as 10-point favorites with the over-under at 224.5. Last 10 games for the Warriors, 4-6 in their last 10. Thunder 1-9 in their last 10. This is last 10 head-to-head games. Golden State only 4-6 in their last 10 meetings with OKC, but this is a different OKC team. You name it, they're injured in that category. 10 points is a lot, but this OKC team gets beat very bad. Steph coming off his 50-point game. I like him to continue the hotness in this matchup. Going to Golden State minus 10, and we're going to go with the under 224.5. Next matchup, we have the Indiana Pacers versus the Houston Rockets. Pacers 25-27, 21-31 against the spread. The Rockets 14-40, 18-36 against the spread. Pacers opening up as 5.5-point favorites with the over-under at 233. Last 10 games for the Pacers, 6-4 in their last 10. Rockets 2-8 in their last 10 here. Pacers, Miles Turner is out Tuesday's game. We'll see if he plays Wednesday, but not too sure. Regardless, another only 5.5-point spread for this Pacers team. As long as Brogdon and Sabonis are playing and most of their Levert, I think this is too short of a spread. I think it'll probably rise. Going to take the Pacers at minus 5.5 here, and we're going to go with the over 233. Next matchup, we have the Dallas Mavericks versus the Memphis Grizzlies. Mavericks 29-24, 26-27 against the spread. Grizzlies 27-25, 31-20-1 against the spread. Mavs opening up as 2-point favorites with the over-under at 226.5. Last 10 games for the Mavs, 6-4 in their last 10. Memphis 5-5 or 6-4 in their last 10 as well. Dallas 6-3 against the spread in their last 9 here. 4-1 straight up and against the spread against Memphis in the last 5 meetings. Memphis 5-1, against the spread in their last 6 at home. 5-2 in their last 7. Dallas coming off a 2-game losing streak against the Spurs and the 76ers here. Love the Mavs minus 2. Off 2 consecutive losses. Mavs are bouncing back. Porzingis, Luka should be good enough to play. And love the Mavs minus 2. We're going to take the over 226.5. Next matchup, we have the Miami Heat versus the Denver Nuggets. Heat 28-25, 23-29-1 against the spread. Denver 34-20, 26-28 against the spread. Denver opening up as 4-point favorites with the over-under at 213.5. Last 10 games for Miami, 6-4 in their last 10. Denver 8-2 in their last 10. Denver coming off 2-game losing streak, bad loss to Golden State, and gruesome injury from Jamal Murray. They lost one of their best players and tore his ACL. So we're going to see how that affects their team, especially affects the point guard position. I think they might struggle a little bit losing Jamal Murray here, playing a tough Miami Heat team. I'm gonna lay the 4 points with the Heat. I think this line moves a little bit. Gonna take Miami plus 4 here. Gonna take the over 213.5. Last matchup on the board, we have the Washington Wizards versus the Sacramento Kings. Wizards 20-33, 27-26 against the spread. Kings 22 and 32, 23 and 31 against the spread. Wizards opening up as 1.5 point favorites with the over-under at 236.5. Last 10 games for the Wizards, 5 and 5 in their last 10. Kings 3 and 7 in their last 10. A very bad losing streak for the Kings here. Not a matchup I don't think anybody is excited about here. Don't see any injury news on Bradley Beal, so I would imagine Beal and Westbrook will be playing. Don't love this matchup, but I'm going to roll out the Wizards minus 1.5. Very small point spread here. Against bad teams, Wizards, they've been good against bad teams and bad against good teams. Sacramento's a bad team here. Going to take the Wizards minus the small point spread of minus 1.5, and going to take the over 236.5. That's going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Wednesday, and I will see you guys on Thursday. Have a good one.